Last night on MasterChef Australia,
Can't believe that I'm back.
11 eliminated contestants battled it out for a place back in the competition.
This exercise is about shaking the tree.
But 4 basic skills tests saw the dreams of 5 hopefuls shattered.
I would have liked to have done better, but it's not to be.
Tonight, the fight continues for the 6 remaining cooks.
I'm here to get a place in the house.
Together, they unleash their creativity in the Invention test.
You need to create that comeback of the century.
And for the 3 best, the MasterChef journey will resume.
Are you a contender?
But standing in their way, the country's top 7 amateur cooks.
I'm worried that I've made mistakes that could cost me.
I'm not really sure how to eat it. We're back from London and we're raring to get back in the MasterChef kitchen. We're actually kind of looking forward to getting back into the routine, hit a mystery box, invention test.
I just really like to have something normal. 8 ingredients in 30 minutes would suit me just fine.
There's a note under the door.
Today I'm inviting you to spend a special day with me to learn the fine art of tasting food.
And we've been invited to lunch by Matt Preston.
Meet me at Sydney's Dalton House at midday. Dress up for a fine lunch.
Matt Preston is one of my idols. He tastes our food all the time and it's going to be nice to sort of sit on the other side of the fence and see how he looks at food. It's something I'm definitely looking forward to.
Let's go get ready.
Let's do it.
The vibe in the house is really positive. Everyone's running around, going back to their rooms, changing, because we have to be dressed quite smartly, and we're all anticipating what a great day it's going to be.
This morning we turned up to Dalton House. I'm going, oh, here we go. MasterChef, little twist, you know, they've always got something.
Yesterday there was 11 of us. We were fighting for our lives to get back in to the MasterChef competition. There's 6 of us facing the challenge today. 3 of us are going to make it through. 3 of us are going to go home.
I told myself I wasn't going to get nervous this time around, and it's just impossible not to.
You don't get second chances. To come back again means you really want to be here, and that's no different for me. I'm here to get a place in the house.
Welcome to Sydney's Dalton House, to one of the most important days of your life. Today, 3 of you will win those coveted positions back in the MasterChef competition. For 3 of you, you will be going home.
I've got a 50% chance of getting back in, much better than yesterday. I want this more than anything.
So why are we giving 3 of you this golden opportunity? It's simple, really. We want to make sure that whoever is crowned Australia's next MasterChef truly deserves that title. So what's the challenge today? You're going to face off in an invention test. But it's an invention test with a twist. we will not be tasting your dishes. It's going to be tasted by the 7 contestants that remain in this competition. The 7 cooks that are still in this competition have no idea that this is about to hit them.
Ladies, gentlemen, let's go.
They think that they're coming to a tasting masterclass with Matt Preston.
No doubt the 7 guys left in the house are going to be a little bit taken aback by the fact some people are coming back in. But given that they have some control over who comes back, makes it fair.
Right, guys, it's time to show everyone how much you deserve to be back in this competition by the food you put on the plate. Enough of the talk, let's get cooking.
Come on, guys.
It's all up to those guys. 7 subjective opinions about my dish.
From this pantry, you can cook whatever you like. Entree, main course, dessert, shared, it's up to you. But it must feed 8 people. There's beautiful produce here. Cuttlefish, prawns, chicken breast, soft shell crabs, duck breasts, and of course an array of fruit and vegetables. This pantry has got everything you need.
It's a little bit scary for me though. Sometimes with too many options, I can go off on tangents, and that's a bit of a worry for me today.
You will have an hour and 15 minutes to produce the best dish you've ever cooked. This is it. This is your last chance. This is hopefully gonna be the time of your life. It's time to cook, it's time to get started.
Ready? Go.
We've got 1 hour and 15 minutes to plate up 8 dishes to present to the 7 guys left in the house. They will be the judge who decide which 3 come into the house and which 3 are sent home.
The dish I'm making today is soft shell crab and a roti canai. Roti canai is roti, deep fried bread, and canai, which is a curry dipping sauce. I know the other 5 are probably going to cook something that's maybe a little subtle, so if something's going to hit it out of the park, it's going to be my dish.
The dish I'm cooking today is marinated barbecued prawns with a fennel, apple and orange salad. That's also going to have a vinaigrette over the top.
I'm going to do a beautiful pan-seared John Dory with a cauliflower puree, little herb salad and a lemon reduction.
Oh, you were the first one eliminated out of the competition.
Short-lived, eh?
It was a shame, man, because I could see a lot of potential in you.
Getting out the way I got out, I kicked myself, you know? I was like, man, I'm better than that. Knowing that I get eliminated for whisking eggs and not cooking anything, that really got to me.
9, 10, you win.
I felt like I hadn't showed the judges what I could actually do. So, yeah, it's been tough being out of the competition knowing that, hey, I didn't really have a chance to cook. This is my last chance, and I've really got to give it everything.
Today I'm making pan-fried John Dory on smashed potatoes with a beautiful prawn bisque. Prawns look absolutely amazing, and I'm going to be using those beautiful shells and some of the meat for the bisque. Once the prawn bisque is simmering away, I turn to my fish. It's really important to get this right. I haven't filleted a fish like this before, so fingers crossed that I can do this cleanly.
Yep. I'll show you a little trick and you'll love me for it. Is it just draw a line first?
Yep.
So you can draw a line that way.
Yep.
And then you know, it'll actually just help you fillet. And instead of having all these see your raggedy skin edge?
Yep.
You won't have your raggedy skin edge.
Thanks,
it's just
Jared.
really nice.
Today, I'm going to go with a poached pear with a bit of a butter puff pastry stack. I'm also going to make walnut pralines and a lavender vanilla cream.
So dessert, yeah?
Yep.
Probably one of the only ones that's doing dessert. Is that risky?
No, I feel more comfortable with it.
Yeah. You've done this dish before?
Made it once before, but with peaches, not pears. So hopefully it turns out the same.
Today I'm going to do a Thai-inspired cuttlefish salad. Cleaning the cuttlefish is quite a messy job and it can be quite fiddly. You really have to make sure you get all of the inside out of it, especially the ink sac. One drop of ink can just spread and make such a mess. If I get one piece of this in my dish, it's all over.
This is a big day for the Sixers, and they're vying for those 3 spots in the competition. They want it bad. They've been out of the competition for a few weeks now, some of them, and I think it's really galvanised how they think, about food. They want to be here, which is great.
It's interesting you say that, Gary, because all of them are cooking seafood except for one, which is Philip. Philip's doing a dessert, a pear dessert. What do you think about that?
Look, I love the idea that one of them's picked dessert. I think it's a great idea. What I'm more interested about is why all of them have picked seafood, particularly these two, which is Devon and Peter. They've both gone for the Dory, and they look like, at this stage, they're cooking pretty much the same dish. So we'll have to see how it turns out.
I've poached the peaches. Now I'm going to make my macadamia praline. So hopefully this will turn out. Only risky element to this dish that's got me worried is making the caramel. I've only made caramel a few times before, and trying to do it like Philippa Sibley did in the Celebrity Chef Challenge with Callum, make a dry caramel.
As soon as it dissolves, add a little bit more sugar.
Pour out my first caramel, and it's burnt. It's taken way too far. It's black, it's bitter, it's horrible. So I tried to do it again.
What's going on?
Just making a caramel, just to do a bit of a nut praline.
Why would you make it like that? Is that?
I saw Philippa Sibley doing it something like that
a
at
dry
the start.
caramel.
A dry caramel, yeah.
Have you ever done it that way?
No, I haven't.
No, what way have you normally done it?
Just with a bit of water as well.
Why don't you do it the way you know how to do it?
Yep.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's a really difficult way of doing it. It's a dry caramel, and, already that's burnt, I mean, this isn't really time to be practicing, is it?
No, that's true.
OK, so come on, mate. Come on, let's go.
The way I'm used to doing a caramel is just with a bit of water, a bit of sugar, in a pot. Let it cook down, let it caramelise. I pour it over my walnuts. My caramel works, and it's perfect.
Put spices A in there, B, I've got C, D, E, F, G. As long as I can get this sauce going, it's all the flavours are going to sink in. So crab might not be spectacular, the bread might not be spectacular, but if this is out of this world, pretty sure Philip's got no chance.
You've got so many ingredients in there, haven't you?
I do.
How many's in there?
Look, to be honest with you, I have no idea. It would be at least 20 or 25.
You know where you're going with it?
Yes, I do.
I love it.
My bisque has reached the point where it's time to blitz it all up. Hot liquid, food processor, always dangerous. Oh, shit. Sorry, dude, you all right?
Yeah. Bloody Peter turns on his little bisque and it just goes everywhere. I smell a bit like bloody prawns at the moment, to be honest with you.
Now the cuttlefish is set aside, I peel a green pawpaw. My salad's quite basic, it's just the green pawpaw, some mint and coriander leaves shredded through it. I've put a squeeze of lime on the pawpaw to stop it browning and to give it some acidity, and then I go to making my sauce. The balance of the fish sauce dressing, it's got to be perfect. I've got Marion in the crowd, so she's definitely going to be right on top of me if I don't get that right.
These 7 remaining contestants are tasting our dishes. How's it all going to play out?
The grit, the guts, and the glory. Have you done enough? You've got just under half an hour to go.
You need to create that comeback of the century.
15 minutes to go, and I've already started plating. It's coming together exactly how I had it pictured in my head.
It's time to start working on the soft shell crab. I've got to start dusting it with some turmeric, garam masala, coriander, and corn flour. Straight to the deep fryer for about 3 or 4 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, with less than 15 minutes to go, you need to be thinking about plating up your dish perfectly.
At this stage, all I'd be thinking is, I've got to be in that top 3. Are you a contender?
Blanching the cuttlefish is basically just dropped into rapidly boiling salted water, literally in there for 10 seconds.
It's done.
And then drained straight out again. Cooks it to perfection.
I'm a little bit worried that my dish is too simple to impress. There's not many techniques, so it's got to look good, otherwise they're just going to knock points off left, right and centre. I was eliminated on a Name That Herb challenge.
That herb is in fact mint and not spearmint.
Really been kicking myself since. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. I want to do a simple dish and do it well and pray to God it's enough to get me in.
The John Dory was coming off the heat, and I look over at the reduction. Right, that'll be fine. Put it to the side and put it out of my head. I thought, right, just keep going.
This is a commercial kitchen, and in the words of a chef, it's time to get the food up. You've got just under 1 minute to go.
Come on, guys, you need to go now. Wipe your plates, no fingerprints.
That final minute, I've looked over, I've grabbed the reduction. Stupidly, I didn't taste it first.
You have 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. This is it. 2, 1. Time's up. Well done, guys. Well done.
I think I've really done enough. I just hope the judges, the 7 remaining contestants, think it's really good too.
Every week we get an opportunity to learn a lot from George and Gary in the masterclasses, and that's fantastic. This is one of the first times today we get to spend a lot of time with Matt in learning how to critique food, so it's a fantastic opportunity.
In a brilliant twist, while the top 7 are tasting our dishes, we're in the kitchen with a little TV watching their critique of our food. Slightly scary, but slightly voyeuristic at the same time.
You're now going to see 6 dishes. Some will be really good, some will be okay, and some will be seriously flawed. So what I want you to do is to engage your mind and work out what you like, what you don't like, and how you could fix that dish.
Usually you taste something, your mum's cooked it, your friends have cooked it, and you want to say you like it, but today we don't know who's cooking this food, so we're going to be really honest.
The first dish on our tasting menu is a fennel, orange and apple salad with barbecue marinated prawns.
Courtney, plate's coming up.
I hate being first on this. I'd prefer to know what they think of my dish. It gives me something to gauge how I'm standing compared to the other 5 dishes. So I'd rather know than not know.
As soon as the dish comes down, there are obvious strengths and weaknesses that you can see straight away.
No good. Would have done this, should have done that.
Jonathan?
Yep.
One thing you like about the dish, one thing you don't like about the dish.
Surprisingly, I'm not a big salad person, but I actually quite enjoy the salad. It's actually quite nice and refreshing. I think the prawns are cooked really well. I think the marinade's quite good on the prawns, but I wasn't sure whether that could be a bit fuller. That marinade could be stronger, maybe.
Claire?
The salad for me doesn't really hang together with the prawns. I think the salad is kind of, it's, I don't know, like I like the idea of the texture, but I just think it kind of makes the prawn seem woody to me.
Callum, what do you think about the dish?
I think the prawns were cooked pretty well, and I think there's a good balance of textures in the dish. There's certainly a contrast, so yeah, I like that about the dish.
I think if you had it in a cafe and you weren't analysing it, you'd chow through this quite happily with a nice crisp glass of Riesling and go, I'll come back again and have that again.
It's all right. Could have been worse. It is what it is. It's a simple dish. It was never going to be a hatted restaurant dish, so I'm happy to go along with that.
Right, let's see the next dish, a Thai-inspired cuttlefish salad.
I'm happy with the concept of my dish. I think I picked something appropriate for the time limit. I think the other 7 will like it, but I'm worried that I've made mistakes that could cost me. I'm righto, Gresbury. Oh.
You know, there's always a good moment when a dish comes up and everyone kind of looks as if they're either perplexed or embarrassed or shocked or intrigued.
I'm not really sure how to eat it.
I like it though. It's kind of like being at the market and picking up your box of pawpaw salad and walking around and eating it.
But don't you think then it should have
it.
been mixed up amongst each other?
Well, I don't see why you can't get your fork and mix it up. I mean, I've got arms.
There's only one way to answer how to eat it, is to see how the 6 of you approach it. So let's taste. Alvin, you're poking around in there like you're hoping to find gold. What do you like about the dish and what don't you like about the dish?
It's really salty. I think they were really heavy-handed with fish sauce.
It's like there's fish sauce and nothing else. It's missing sweetness, it's missing heat. I think it's just way too salty. Do you know what I do like is the cuttlefish is really soft and lovely, but the flavours are really unbalanced.
I totally agree with my dish being too salty, so I'm just going to have to sit back and wait to see what my fate is.
Time for the third dish, deep-fried soft-shell crab with roti canai.
Jimmy, curry time, mate.
Oh, Jimmy.
I've made plenty of food in the house, particularly Indian food and curries, but it's going to be fantastic to actually see what these guys really think of my food.
As soon as the deep-fried soft-shell crab comes out, it just looks great, it smells great. You can tell that this is going to be a fantastic dish.
I actually find the curry sauce to be, there's just something in there that's providing a little too much bitterness, and I don't know whether it's raw spice or something like that. I think kudos, though, for the soft-shell crab, because I think I've had so many disgusting soft-shell crabs in restaurants, and this is lovely. I think there's turmeric in the batter because it's got a lovely golden colour, and it's crispy. I think it's good.
It's got a real kind of home-style feel about it, you know, something that, you know, you could expect some lady who's cooked this dish for the last 50 years, you know, I really enjoy it.
That's a tradition, eh? It's passed down.
As we're sitting there tasting the roti canai, I'm thinking this tastes very familiar. It sounds like something Jimmy would do. Jimmy's a contestant that was eliminated.
So Jimmy, it smells like Jimmy's curries.
He knows.
I still think the crab's really nice.
Crab was great. Once we eat the soft shell crab, it's pretty obvious that Jimmy's back in the kitchen cooking because that's Jimmy.
I can't pick who would be doing various things.
I reckon they had a selection of pantry and everyone just decided to do seafood.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There's been so many people eliminated from the competition already. Who would they bring back? Could be anyone.
Our fourth dish, pan-fried John Dory fillet with a prawn bisque and smashed potatoes.
Pete, your dish up, mate.
I feel nervous about
You've been nervous about this? More nervous than when the judges taste your food?
Well, sort of given that they're in control of my destiny now.
As soon as we pour the bisque around, you can smell that really heady prawn aroma, and it's quite an inviting dish. I can't wait to get into it.
I like where the flavours are coming from. I'm not sure that leaving the skin on Dory, which is a bit leathery, is necessarily the best idea. But also, the bisque is a little bit lumpy.
I tasted each flavour on their own and didn't quite make sense, but when I put them all together, I actually did like the combination. All in all, I mean, with just a little bit of refinement, I think that would be really, really cool, and actually enjoyed it a lot more than I would think I would.
The fish I love, and I think the presentation's very inviting.
Broadly speaking, I think I hit the mark pretty well. So I felt pretty good after the critique.
Right, time for the fifth dish, pan-fried John Dory fillet with herb salad and cauliflower puree.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, what are they going to say about this? They all dove in to the reduction to start with. Yeah, well, I knew I was in for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it actually burnt my tongue.
Wow. Marianne, the sudden, shocking and surprising reaction that you saw from me just then, inspired by what?
I wasn't expecting it to have the flavour it did. It's like this huge shock of acidity. It made my eye close up. I actually like the fish and the cauliflower. I really don't like that sauce.
I mean, I actually quite like the flavour of it, but it's just so acidic, I think I've actually burnt my tongue a little bit from acid.
Look, I knew that it had gone too far once I had plated it, and by that time it was too late, and that sauce, it was pretty zingy.
Let's get into dessert. Poached pears, lavender vanilla cream, sugared puff pastry, caramel and praline.
Good luck, Phil, mate.
Thanks, dude. All the other dishes have been main courses. Mine's a dessert. Mine's going to be tasted last.
Let's taste.
You know, I feel like it's a bit of an advantage.
I really don't like that lavender cream. To me, I'm not really sure about lavender in food. It just reminds me of potpourri baskets, and that is, the cream is really strong in that sort of musty potpourri.
So you're saying it's a bit like taking a big bite out of Nana's knicker drawer?
But on its own, the lavender cream is way too overpowering, but if you have it with a bit of caramel, it actually goes really well. The puff pastry I absolutely adore. I think the pear could be poached a little longer.
It is, as a whole, a really tasty dish, so I'm pleasantly surprised.
Always loved that guy. Taught me how to play ukulele.
Here's my question. Is it just yum? Is it just yum yuck? Or is it just plain yuck?
I think it's either inspired or very lucky. After being through the tasting menu, there's at least one element of each of the dishes that is just spectacular. We've got a real inkling now that these dishes have been made by eliminated contestants. If any of these people are coming back into this competition, we've got a real fight ahead of us.
I reckon you're exactly right.
Let's go. Turn the TV off, and it's time for them to start judging our food, see which of the top 3 are going through into this competition.
Now, obviously being critics, you have to pick winners. That's what we do as food writers, we pick winners. If I was going to ask you not to pick one dish as the best dish, but to pick 3 dishes as the best dishes.
If this is eliminated contestants cooking for us, I think that everyone deserves, you know, the chance to be reviewed and everyone to kind of put their input in.
There are things on each of the dishes that I actually really loved, like those prawns. I loved the cuttlefish, but then the most memorable part of the whole menu was just the soft shell crab, not the curry, just the crab.
I don't think that I could come down in favour of the curry.
Do you have a favourite?
Well, I know I sound a bit like I'm sitting on the fence, but I do think that there are good and bad in all of them. But I think for me, the one that sat best was probably the John Dory with the bisque. I thought the bisque was lumpy, but I thought the flavour was really good. And I liked the concept of the dish.
Yeah, the fish was cooked really well for that one, the first John Dory. I actually like the dessert. OK, the individual components are all made wrongly, but together they work really well. Is there any dish that someone particularly loves and thinks we should reconsider?
The silence is deafening.
Silence says it all.
Done. Done.
Done. On the whole, I think we're all pretty much unanimous in choosing the 3 dishes we're choosing.
Here they are, the 6 aspiring cooks whose dishes you critique today.
As we're waiting to find out who the cooks were that cooked our menu, I guess we've all pretty much figured out that contestants have cooked the menu. It's just a matter of finding out which ones.
Here they are, the 6 aspiring cooks whose dishes you critique today.
Oh my God.
Walking in was this funny moment of mixed emotion. There are definitely a couple of faces which are looking, you know, a bit shell-shocked, a bit unimpressed.
I look at Aaron and he is fuming. It's written all over his face. What are we doing back there? Like, we're really good mates, but he wasn't happy.
Come on, guys, enough of this formality. I know you want to go on. Go on.
You know, I think all of them are really strong cooks, and obviously they've come back for a reason, and I think, you know, they deserve to be here as much as we do.
Yeah, glad to see him, but I guess it's a little bit of a kick in the guts because we thought we were pretty close to the finals.
Well, what a surprise. Or was it? I'm not sure. The funny thing was, the 6 of these people over here knew exactly who they were cooking for today.
There's one thing that you 7 that are still in the competition don't know, is that these guys over here were watching you guys taste their food and critique.
Sorry. I'm mortified. I mean, some of the things I said about the dishes weren't too flattering. I'm so embarrassed, and I just hope they can forgive me.
For 3 people in this group over here, their life is about to change again. 3 of you are about to return to the competition. And who knows? One of you could be Australia's next MasterChef.
Aaron, you look mightily hacked off, let me tell you.
Do I? You know, I think that As a group, we've been, you know, through a lot over the past few weeks, and you know, I'm just getting my head around the next part of the competition. You know, sometimes I might take a while to take everything in. This is what the competition is, and you know, I'm really happy to see some people's faces in there. It's good fun.
Phil, what's going through your head at this moment?
It's a lot of nerves. You know, it's my last shot. Everything's riding on that one dish I put up today.
Guys, the 7 contestants were unanimous that the dish of the day and the first person through and back into the competition was Jimmy.
What a sense of relief. The last couple of days have just been torturous. All the tests yesterday, didn't think I'd really get through that, and then today having to create a dish, and now I know I can put this apron back on, and guess what? I'm in the top 10.
The second person to regain their spot in the competition is Courtney.
Super excited. I felt like I'd stuffed up my big chance in life, and it's back again, and I've got a second chance at fixing things.
There's one spot left back in the competition.
One spot left, 4 of us. We're really standing there exposed. That last bit of desperation, just that desperate feeling of wanting to get back in.
Very nervous, heart's beating, just crazy through my chest.
And that goes to Peter.
And I am wrapped. Very happy to be back in the competition. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Peter's a good mate. I'm very happy for Peter, but I'm shattered. So shattered.
Well done, Peter.
Thanks,
well
man.
done.
I had a look around, I saw the dishes, and Pete's was a cracker. So, you know, he deserved it.
Jake, Philip, Devon, thanks for giving it a red-hot go, coming in and putting up some great food for these guys to taste. We thank you for that, and we wish you the best of luck.
Coming back for the second chance. So you guys, good luck, eh? It's been an amazing opportunity. You know, just in that I've proven to myself that, yeah, I can do it. As long as you learn from your losses, you know, you will be a winner. So I'll just have to wait my turn.
Jonathan, how are you going to welcome the 3 newcomers back into the competition?
I'm happy. You know, it's nice that they're coming back. It's nice to see their faces. So I'm happy about it.
What about you, Claire?
I think if I were in their position, I would do anything to have another chance. So, yeah, I've got to welcome them back with open arms. Mixed feelings about what's happened today. I don't think anyone wanted to believe that it was going to happen.
You 7 shouldn't be down on this. You shouldn't be upset by this. You should relish in it. That's exactly what Julie did. She smiled and hugged every single one of them when they walked back in. And she went for it. And look at her now. All that hard work, that extra couple of weeks, it's all paid off. I think 10 times. All right? This is an opportunity of a lifetime.
I'm thankful every day that I'm in this competition. I would never have been able to cook with Heston Blumenthal or go to Paris if I was still at home. So, today's just made me even more thankful.
I'm really excited looking at the 10 of you, especially the 3 that have come back in, because I couldn't think of a better 3. It's funny how things just work out. And the reason they've just worked out like that is because you 3 were the best cooks out of that bunch.
You can't lose focus of why you're here and what you're cooking for. And I think it's time for us all to get back into the zone and just get ready for a really tough competition ahead.
Go home, enjoy renewing old friendships, and get ready for some intense competition. See you back in the MasterChef Kitchen. Good night, and thank you for coming.
The top 7 has now become the top 10. I'm a fierce competitor, and I say, bring it on.
Walking back into the house.
Welcome home, buddy.
I'm grateful I got this second chance and this opportunity. I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to try and win this competition.
Reception from the other contestants has been a little bit on the cold side, and I completely understand. They've been put through the ringer. Please don't hate us. Don't hate us.
Yeah, sleep with one eye.
I would have been more than happy to stay in and put in the hard yards, but I don't make the rules. I play by the rules, and I'm here, and I want to win this thing.
It is difficult to know that we've gone from a top 7 back to a top 10, but it's only a short step back, and to give 3 good friends another chance to fulfill their dream, I think we're all happy to just take a little bit of a hit for that.
I get on the phone to call my wife, and she is absolutely excited. She's been waiting with bated breath to see what's been happening over the last couple of days. Congratulations! Thanks. It's been I'm through into the top 10. She's wrapped, I'm wrapped, and I can't wait for the next couple of weeks.
Welcome home.
Cheers!
Tomorrow night on MasterChef Australia.
Wow, how life can change in a couple of days.
The top 10 amateurs take on celebrity chef Mitchell Orr.
He's looking at 10 of us thinking, you guys stand no chance of making my dish.
They may have him outnumbered, but which amateur will have what it takes to outcook the pro at his own signature dish?
This dish is the curse of MasterChef.
With a finale in sight, immunity is more critical than ever before.
If I was you, I'd be worried.
Could this be the one dish that proves too difficult for the hopefuls?
This here is a debacle.
Not one of my favourites.
No.
Yeah, it's a train wreck.